Okay folks, welcome to another one of my Let's Play on YouTube. This series we are going to be looking at Shadowrun Returns, and this will be a series that is running at the same time as the Northgard series I'm also doing. I'm playing Shadowrun Returns. It's a game I've played, not completed, but I have played before. Played the tabletop RPG, and it seems very appropriate in the run-up till next April in Cyberpunk 2077. So my plan is certainly to try and get through all three of the Shadowrun games in this series. We will see how we go. If you enjoy this video, please consider giving me a like or comments if you have anything you want to ask or constructive criticism. And also please consider subscribing to the channel. Apart from YouTube, I'm also on my main website, which is SilmarUK.net, where I've got some blogs, and I stream 3 times a week on Twitch at twitch.tv SilmarUK, and the rest of the information's on the screen. I think that about covers it. So right now we will get into the game. So as I have played this a bit before, we will have to select a new game, and we're going to start with the first one, which isn't Dragonfall. It's called the Dead Man's Switch, or Dead Man's Switch. Dead Man's Switch. In the urban sprawl of the Seattle Metroplex, the search for a mysterious killer sets you on a trail that leads from the darkest slums to the city's most powerful megacorps. You will need to tread carefully, enlist the aid of other runners, and master powerful forces of technology and magic in order to emerge from the shadows of Seattle unscathed. So, typical Shadowrun story. What we're going to do is launch the campaign. We can select the difficulty. Now, as I have done most of this before on normal, we will go with hard. So, first order of business is character creation. No surprise there. So we'll go for male. Wondering what to play exactly. I'm thinking maybe a tech character. No magic. But a tech character, no magic, will certainly benefit from +3 karma points at the beginning of the game. So we'll do that, and we'll go with a custom character. It's kind of techie, but a little over the top. Maybe. Ooh, I'm liking that. Not so much. That's it's okay. I think I'm going to go with this one. I don't seem to have any options. We don't want to play around that, we want to get on with the game, so continue to stats. So karma represents the experience characters earn while running the shadows and achieving goals. Karma is used to improve attributes and skills. An attribute or skill rating can be increased by spending karma equal to the next increment of that rating. Thus, improving your body from 4 to 5 requires you to spend 5 karma points. You have some karma available now to customize your character. So we have stats of body, quickness, strength, intelligence, willpower, and charisma, with various skills that come off of each of those statistics. And if I remember correctly, your rating in the attribute will limit the rating achievable in any skill that comes directly under it. But you also get skills like this where you actually have a skill that's a sub-skill of another skill, and therefore it's your rating in the skill which limits your rating in the sub-skill, which is in turn limited by your rating in the attribute. So we want a sort of a combat tech character. We have 37 karma to spend. 3 would be average. So I would suggest we want a 3 in them. We want this character to be tech. So decking and rigging, which is what we'll be looking for, come off of intelligence. In terms of those, we'll go with street etiquette. So I've got an etiquette skill. Right. So obviously we do want a bit of decking. ESP control, we want a bit of drone control and a bit of drone combat. I think a bit in dodge to help reduce the chance of physical is good. I think we operate more at a distance, so we're not going to go for melee combat. Sort of hacker, rigger, sort of, you know, type, at least to begin with. That will change a bit. So ranged combat and sub skills under there include pistol, SMG, shotgun or rifle. So we're just going to put a point in each of those. So I've got a very wide spread of skills to start with some reasonable attributes. What I probably want to do is drop the strength to 2, which will give me some more points, so I can have a point to begin with in shotgun as well, giving us access to a wide range of weapons. And we can increase one of our skills to 2. I'm kind of thinking, right, no, I have to increase range combat because it's the skill that governs these sub skills. So we'll get that in. And of course we will go with Silmar. Right. Down and out, your apartment. 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. Not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now it's about all you have left. Running the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you'll enable hot working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called, the money's run out, and then some. Sinless and 3. Free to start from the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your new yen. Something needs to change, and soon. Just in case people don't know, fixers are the people who give out jobs, and sinless means sin is system identification number. Sinless means I'm not on any corporate databases, law enforcement databases, so it's not an easy matter to track me down from scene of crime evidence. It also means that I fall through the cracks in society. Okay, so here we are in my apartment. Your apartment, 2054, it's 3 AM. So, slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. My list of contacts. Carter destroyed, Fixer, no response to messages. Dowd, runner dead. Felton Nash, Fixer missing since February. New Larry, runner dead. Sam Watts, runner, question mark, probably in a gutter somewhere. Taguma, runner dead. Half-Jack, dealer, retired or dead. Basically, I am down on my luck. The list goes on, all over dead ends or just plain dead. Personal calendar, it's empty, nothing to do. Put down the notebook. Okay, that was depressing. We have a message coming in, but is there anything else to look at? Right, we're just going to check here before we answer this message. Your computer, state of the art in 2050, broken since 2051. Depressing. Hey, Sam Watts. Objective complete. Answer your vid phone. The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam wants, "Hey buddy, hope I didn't catch you at a bad time." He giggles. He's drunk again or worse. So, my options... well, I'm down on my luck, so where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation, I'm not really here. That's the reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. When you're an unsavoury character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavoury characters who often partake in the unsavoury business. Like you, for example. Thanks, Sam. So why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners and some of us are... me. Hey, you remember that SilmarUK run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterwards? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time. Flashback time. So this, of course, is a little bit of a tutorial. 3 years ago, a makeshift bar in the Seattle docks, the night Dowd went down. This will be 2051. We have Saguma, Silmar, and you, Larry. So Saguma. Saguma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Silmar. So my option... wait for another appointment. Okay, no, we'll play it straight. Experienced runner, proved her worth, treat her with respect. I fix roses for the run, and for Dowd, we wait. Your call. You, Larry. You, Larry. You've been running with New Larry for about 6 months now. Combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd, never saw anyone die like that before, idiot. He shakes his head. I hate this fracking city, Silmar. It's wet and the rain feels like acid and I want out of here. So... I get it, now take a pill and relax. Sure, Silmar, sure, whatever you say. Sam. So, that's obviously Sam. I don't know, Silmar. Sam's a good guy and can hold his own in the fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. Yeah, I agree. Smells funny. Smell funny to you? Hell yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public place. Cut the trick, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down. It wasn't a fix or some other paranoid trip dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. You, Larry, has something to say. He wants to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. He was sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. So... that true, Sam? Did you miss a beat back there? No, Silmar, I didn't miss a beat. I was on my game the whole time. Remember, I was on point. You, Larry, was supposed to cover Dowd. Something dawns on him. He leans into New Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up and he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit SilmarUK? How come you couldn't geek that guy before he unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt to toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Okay, did you keep us here long enough, Larry? He stops and a smile slowly appears on his face. Looks that way. Sorry, Silmar, I kinda like you. I just like money better. Saguma says, we have got incoming. New Larry relaxes and throws you a dreck-eating grin. Looks like my new SilmarUK friends are finally here. They're going to take the hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We should choose our friends more carefully, Silmar, says Sam. I suspect we want to go with something a bit nonchalant, so buy you a drink after this. You'll owe me several. Here we go. Leave the mage, kill the others. Wonderful. Okay, Sam was just missed. Saguma was hit. So turn-based combat. You're now in turn-based combat. Each carrying your team has an action pool. Spend 3 actions on movement, attacks, or using spells on. Spend these actions, on movement, attacks, or using spells on items. Once your team's turn is complete, the enemy team will move and attack. Okay, we don't need to look at the reference guide. I do know how this works. So you can see this is fairly standard kind of thing you've seen in XCOM. You can move a certain amount of distance that will consume a certain amount of action points. The number of action points you have is the number listed next to your character. So, other options, I can cycle through a variety of weapons. I can access a backpack. We have a number of fire modes for weapons. If I remember rightly, that's reload. That just clears there. Ah, there's something over there. Well, whatever that is, I want to get it. Right. Sam, old boy. Feel a bit better if you had a spot of cover. Now, the numbers here give us the number of action points each of these will cost. A traitor, if you please. Nice. Right, we're on to Saguma. Now Saguma has been wounded, but her health bar's not really down that much. Aim shot or 1 bullet, 1 target. Oh, certain abilities have a cooldown. Take this Egypt out. He had that coming, says Sam. Okay. Right. What's here? Item picked up. A basic medkit. Well, probably not that big a deal. Let's start trying to circle around them. Dear lady. Spells. Increase friendly's target hit points by 1 for 2 rounds. The power of the bear heals all allies within 3 of the damage. Within 3 spaces of the damage from the most recent attack. We don't need that yet. That uses up 2 action points. Let's just go with some shots. The only shot we've got is that. Cool, that's one of them down. Sam, old son. 64% chance to hit. Still 64% chance for a hit. Move up. 95%. Nice. Ooh. I'm going to need to heal that lady, and we've got more incoming. Right. Saguma. Do I have any grenades or anything? I do. Unfortunately, grenade will cost 2 to throw. Let's move up here. We can't throw the grenade and it won't let me see what it can do. Okay, we managed to hit both of them a bit. Cool. Right, so Sam. Sam, get there. That gives you a bit more cover. That one you've got a 99%. Cool, that one's down. Missed me. Oh, we got someone over here as well. Okay. Do have more incoming. So, Saguma. Cool, she's got that one down. Saguma's in a bad way. And they just got a shaman, so we got a mage and a shaman on their side. Fortunately, the spirit they've conjured did not hit me. Right, Sam, have you got... Right, cool. Right, so you gotta get... Oh, that was me. Fucker. It's my own fault. Right. Oh, it's Sam. I moved up, I used up everything. Damage 12 with the shotgun, or 6. Shotgun, please. Nice, Sammy boy. Right, so... Power of Bear heals all friends within 3 from the damage from the most recent attack. Cool, that has helped her a lot because it was the most recent attack that did most of the damage. Okay, so... Ah, right, sorry. WASD keys wrong. Right. Whoa, nice shot. Ooh. Control broken. His spirit escaped on him. Right, me. I have healed Saguma. But I've got 4 chance to hit. Let's heal Saguma again. Okay, Sammy boy. Oh, nice. However, I think you're going to need to switch to that. But I'm going to need you to move to flank. Cool, nice possible shot here. Managed to get a hit in. Okay, so Saguma is definitely better positioned. Let's see if we can take out this mage. Oh, the shot hit but didn't take him out. That one did. Cool. Saguma is my bullet sponge. Right, so if I move up here, it'll use 2. Fair enough. Sam moves up there, that uses 2. Saguma, though, does have a shot. Nice. Saguma lowers her gun. Hi, Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. Part of life, Sam, you know that. You were born for this gig, Silmar. Me, not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere, stay drunk until I croak. What about you? Me, I do this. It's the only life I know. Well, you're a dumbass and I'll drink to you when you're dead. Ah, who am I kidding? I'm not going to outlast you. Guess you can drink to me. So, that's the events of 3 years ago, last time we saw Sam. You stare at Sam's face in your comlink. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now, I'm asking myself, who would I care if I die? Who would give a rat's ass? Better or worse, your name's at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. Poor Sam. So I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got a 100,000 yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert and McCain, and the job is done. They'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Jet? Camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert and McCain has installed a secure dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously. First time. Look, Silmar, I've led the direct life and I probably left the direct corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself. I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Rest in peace, Sam. See you in Seattle. The dead man switch. The plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped backseat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for you yen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. The franchise is the closest things the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Sounds like a delightful place. You're objecting. Ask the coroner about Sam Watts. Cool, okay, so in these menus we have all of my skills. We have my karma to spend. Weaponry, cyberware. We may as well save the game. I haven't played this. We'll start with a new save. So breaking news, Telestrian CEO James Telestrian III to announce new Seattle Research Division. Sources say press conference tonight at 6 PM. Employees only beyond this point. Nothing else showing here, so let's go through. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial grade antiseptic. Sets the scene. We have someone called Dresden in here. So the quest is to ask the coroner. Okay, that centers on me, does it? Okay, nothing much else here, so let's go talk to this Dresden. Lovely looking chap. Hovering over the recently departed is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, "I love my job." A little more than you'd want to expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tool. Dresden, sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour, and some arsehole at the corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I am John Dresden, the organ grinders branch manager here, so yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner too. And you are? Silmar. I represent a man named Sam Watts, and I'm here to look into his murder. He frowns. Interesting. The dead man makes for a strange client, but what makes you think he's here? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you were right, he's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet. What with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. So who told you he was dead? I'm not going to reveal just how much money I could be paid for this little job, so Sam's digital ghost. Sam raises his eyebrows, smile wiping the suspicion from his face. Dead man switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier, he's over here. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim, the third one was downtown. Okay, Emerald City Ripper? He sighs. Not my title, that's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that they, like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel, but this one's even more twisted. He or she removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. How about the other lucky contestants? The first victim's heart was missing and the third had the spleen removed. McCluskey, obviously a troll. Dresden, get out here. I'm here about the new Ripper Vic, Sam Watts. Well, I should introduce myself, but first of all, I'm going to check around. We picked up a basic medkit. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, his face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest is a small pencil-thin incision covered in dry blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him and took it. Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Business card first then. Moving things around, you can make out that it is a card from a place called the Seamstress Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Cred stick. The standard cheap unsecured cred stick, no way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Well, I'm going to take the cred stick. And I've received 300 new yen. Yay. You slot the cred stick into your PDA, 300 new yen is added to the account. Purple shirt. It's Sam's shirt, several of the buttons are missing and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. Ew. Handwritten note. I only see part of the note given the torn off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we argued. We have been long. To say I am maybe sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Put down the evidence bag. Right. Okay, there's nothing else here. McCluskey. Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of Central Casting. If you ignore the tusk, pointed ears and Neanderthal brow, you can smell his cheap aftershave. from a mile away. This new Ripovic, Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? Coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. The Ripper is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they are still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. Has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. But no damn help, dwarf. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Who the hell are you? I don't really want to share anything with him, so I'm nobody who didn't hear nothing. That's right, and if you ever do hear something, I'll knock it right out of your head. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in the cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Wonderful. Lovely chap. I can obviously leave Sam's murder up to him with full confidence in the forces of the law. Ah, right, that's the reference, which we won't bother with yet. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? Well, he didn't really seem like my type. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really going to work for the dead man? Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favour. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 yen a week in his paycheck. Plus he's on the take. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honour, after a fashion. I try to honour the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? On the take? Who's paying hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with some major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career and wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. Can't say that it wasn't suicide, but there were some unusual bruises on her upper arm, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore. What with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There's plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. Who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in the first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimmer chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. You heard of the Seamstress Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlife. You'd probably like it. Me, I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus the dead are just easy to get along with. I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around these body lockers in the back, see if you find anything useful? Okay then, I'll go do that. You got another basic med kit and a dog wagon basic trauma kit. Nothing else is showing, so let's just do this. Cold storage drawer is labelled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. Open the drawer or walk away. Open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Jake Armitage. Whoa, easy there. Okay. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data drag drilled into his temples and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this one on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I notice you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? Latest Ripper victim, did you know him? I'll ask the questions, or I'm looking to the depth of Sam Watts. Latest Ripper victim, did you know him? Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells towards the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Dresden, yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses, might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then, the name's Jake. And you are? Nice to meet you, Jake. I'm Silmar. And well-mannered too, such a rare thing in this city. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder, poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstress Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Miss Kabuta asked me to throw Sam out, so I did, but out in the alley some gangers got the jump on me. No good? He winces. Damn, maybe I need some soy cap after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Get your own damn cup, my hands are dirty anyway. Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. Thanks John, you're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Damn gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles and you get the impression that didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight though, and that's the last I saw of him until he turned up here dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You know anything else? I know they found a body a block away from the Union just lying there in broad daylight. It's the Baron's for you. Jake looks down, his expression masked by chrome and crimson glasses. Shame though. Wish I'd been there if those slagging gangers hadn't come along. Tell you what. You look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. The leader's got the whole gang searching the Barrens for me. I need to get rid of that arsehole. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. Not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down, and maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright Jake, count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Whiny bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barrens is their turf. And I'm surprised you even made it to the morgue in one piece without packing some heat. He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So you need a weapon? Ah. I think I like to keep my distance. Got a rifle? You don't like the library windows, do you? Never mind. Here's a rifle you can borrow. I've picked up an AK-97. So, ready for an evening out in town? Just a minute. Tell me some more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. The symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners in the Barrens looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. Okay, I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you yet. We can leave whenever you're ready. Right, so at this point, we've been running for about 45 minutes. So we are going to save. Actually, we're going to spend our karma points. So I have got 2 karma points to spend. And given that we are about to get involved in some combat most likely, and I've just picked up a rifle, we're going to up my rifle skill. Critical damage percentage visible, burst fire available, weapon permitting. and that uses all 2 points. Right, we will now save the game. We'll save over that. That all went pretty well. Okay, so I'm going to bring it to a close there. I will be putting these runs, these Let's Play of Shadowrun Returns up at least once a week, although I will try and get two a week, as there are in fact 3 Shadowrun games: Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall and Shadowrun Hong Kong. And if I'm only doing about an hour a time, it's going to take a while to get through them, so a couple of times a week hopefully. And definitely should finish by the time Cyberpunk 2077 comes out. In the meantime, there is going to be tips videos on my YouTube. There's also the archives of my live stream. I also have a Northgard Let's Play that I'm doing, which is exclusive to YouTube, so that doesn't appear on Twitch. I stream on Twitch 3 times a week, streaming currently Elder Scrolls Online, Elite Dangerous and Pathfinder Kingmaker. Details on the screen now, also at my main website, SilmarUK.net, which is where my blogs are. And you can also check out my Twitch site, twitch.tv SilmarUK. Facebook site is new, but the Twitter is a good one to keep in touch with me as well, twitter.com SilmarUK. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.